We're in week 22 of the NHL, and the season just took a crazy turn. A bona fide superstar just got traded for the second time this season, all while the arms race in the East triggered a trade that no one thought would ever happen. The trade deadline changed the landscape of the NHL before our eyes, and it shocked the league. The stretch run to the NHL playoffs starts now, and we've hit the ground running. So let's break down what really happened in week 22 of the NHL season. Monday, the Dark Knight. Remember in the Four Nations when Team USA almost brought in Quinn Hughes like Batman in the 11th hour, and the Canadians wanted to bring in big boy Tom Wilson to deal with the Tkachuks? Sadly, we didn't get the WrestleMania showdown, but you bet your ass we did tonight. Brady Tkachuk and Tom Wilson, man-to-man, heavyweight tilt. Fire me up. Both those guys are dogs and dragged their team in this one. Tom Wilson, goal, assist. Gordie Howe hat trick. He's humming. Brady says not so fast, Slick. He scores to tie the game with a minute left to force OT, and the Caps say enough of this. Dylan Strome buries in the shootout to put an end to a season-high 3-game losing streak for Washington. It is nuts to consider what the Anomalies and Old Man Ovi are doing this year. Same with the Habs. Cole Caulfield, the best 30-goal scorer that has never hit 30 goals, finally does it against the best lottery team in the show. 3-0 lead for Montreal. Buffalo becomes the best team on planet Earth. 3 goals, ties it back up, but Mike Matheson avoids the collapse in OT, and now the Habs have won 5 in a row. The wild card race in the East is insane, especially because the damn Rangers are back in the last playoff spot. The JT Miller trade may be the move of the year if the Rangers sneak in. No surprise, they shut out old man Lou's Islanders, and JT Miller has a goal and an assist, but they could be a nightmare first-round matchup for the first-place team. Imagine winning the East only to play Igor in the first round. That's got trouble written all over it. The Atlantic is also a gauntlet. The Panthers, Lightning, and Leafs are all on fire, and none of them want to play each other in round 1. Hockey would love another battle of the Sunshine State, and we get it on Monday. Alexander Barkov, the captain, 2-goal game for Florida, and Bobrovsky takes it from there to snap Tampa's 8-game winning streak. They tie the Leafs for the division lead, and what an opportunity for Leaf Nation. They got San Jose, easy 2 points. Nope, smarten up. You have to remember this is the Leafs that we're talking about. They thrive in underachieving in these games, and they do just that. 2-0 lead, yeah right. The Sharks' 2025 Cup prophecy may still be on life support, but they tie her up and win it in a shootout. Classic Leafs. Finally, goaltender Spencer Knight makes his Blackhawks debut after being traded from the Panthers for Seth Jones. From top of the league to literally the basement, that's brutal. But he's the Dark Knight for a reason. The hero Chicago didn't even realize they needed. He puts up a 41 save performance in his debut as the Blackhawks spank the Kings 5-1. What a story, what a performance, and maybe, just maybe, he becomes a big part of changing them from the Bedards back to the Blackhawks. Tuesday, oil problem. There are a couple teams this season who have been great stories. One of them is the Flames. The Wolfpack, Dustin Wolf, has been unreal for them as a rookie, and despite people predicting that they would miss the playoffs completely, they are right in the dog race for the last wildcard spot in the West. However, for the life of them, they can't score. They rank 31st in the NHL in terms of goals for, and they only scored 1 goal in their 3-game losing streak. But they come into Philly hot. Connor Zary, sneaky. Good player, scores twice, and the Flames put up 6 against Torts and the Flyers. That win helps them leapfrog the Canucks for that last wildcard spot in the West. Now, 2 teams who have no business talking playoffs are the Sharks and Sabres. Toilet bowl matchup, but the kids in San Jose don't care. Sir William Eklund and the Fresh Prince of San Jose and Will Smith both get 2 points, and Celebrini gets his 19th of the year as the Sharks become the temporary toilet bowl champs. You know Nashville's in that mix right there, and they have been struggling as of late. 3-10 in their last 13, and Stamkos is riding a 13-game pointless streak, but the Bruins can't do anything right this year. Brad Marchand is out week to week, so of course, Nashville and Stamkos capitalize. He gets right back into his Tampa form and torches the Bruins for a goal and 3 points as the Preds win 6-3. Speaking of Tampa, there's Kucherov, that smooth criminal in his rocking chair, scoring on breakaways. Now, I'm not going to lie. Tampa Bay should scare the shit out of you with how Vasilevsky's playing. and they would be the last team I'd want to play in the first round. The trade deadline is also on Friday, and we still have no idea what the hell is going to happen with Mikko Rantanen. Is he going to stay as a rental, sign an extension? Will he get traded? Who knows? Carolina fans are stressing because the fit just hasn't exactly been great. However, they still find a way to beat Detroit without him getting on the score sheet. The Red Wings are Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. 2 separate 7-game win streaks, yet the wheels come off right after each time and they erase everything that they did. That is their 3rd loss in a row. Now, sweet old Lou is projected to be busy at this deadline if he's awake to take some calls, and Dwayne the Brock Nelson seems to be the main target. And what very well may be his last game as an Islander, he pots one against the world's greatest goaltender, and the Isles beat the best team in the league. Then we have Dallas versus the Devils, who got brutal news that Jack Hughes had to get surgery and was done for the season. That is a massive blow. And on top of that, Dougie Hamilton was also announced to miss some time with an injury. Devils fans are in shambles while Stars fans are feeling good. Dallas's Peeper in the last 11 games has scored 11 goals, generated 31 shots, and 32 high danger chances. They score again in this one, but in the dying seconds, Thomas Harley. Little zinger from the point with 4 seconds left, and it finds a way. Fire up the Harley Davidson. Dallas steals one with the late game winner and win their 3rd in a row. We also got the hashtag Save Sid movement going to the very place where hockey fans want to see it come to fruition, and that's in Colorado. The media is asking Sid for the millionth time about a potential of him and McKinnon being on the same team, and like clockwork, the Penguins follow it up with a loss. The Nate Dog, another 2 points to stay on top of the league in scoring, and the Avs win gets them closer to chasing Minnesota. The Wild are a walking hospital right now. They have key injuries to pieces like Kirill Kaprizov, Joel Eriksson-Ek, and Jonas Brodin, yet they're still finding ways to stay afloat, with Mats the Rat Zuccarello putting up a couple of points to beat Seattle. Finally, Oilers fans are starting to get a little bit nervous. Connor McDavid has played a lot of hockey the last year, and with the Four Nations, he hasn't fully looked like his usual cheat code self night in and night out. Of course, that's why he steps in like he's in 2x speed, blows by everyone, and buries like he's playing on rookie mode in Chell. However, the biggest problem is still goaltending for the Oilers. Pickard was pulled in this one, and the duo of him and Skinner just hasn't been good enough for a team that is supposed to be Stanley Cup contenders. It does go a lot deeper than goaltending, as defensively they are struggling. We will cover it in a future breakdown, but the Ducks get a big 2 points while slapping around Edmonton. And after a night like this, I gotta step outside for some fresh air. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. This is my seat where I like to get some fresh air while streaming the games. It's a good seat, but it's not a great seat. See, if you want a great seat, you need to start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best app for finding deals on tickets by rating them on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know if you're getting a good deal. If it's red, no bueno. If it's green, that is a banger. You should snatch up those tickets. SeatGeek is hooking us up with 15% off whether you're a new customer or not. You know, the NHL playoffs are right around the corner, which means I'm hitting up SeatGeek for the best deals. We usually like seeing a Leaf playoff disappointment live and in style, baby, and I'd be a damn fool to pay full price just to be shushed by the yacht club, so I'm using SeatGeek to lessen the blow financially. So if you want to see your favorite team live and on a discount, click the link in our description and use Hockey15 to get 15% off your next tickets. If you want the best seats in the house while scoring a great deal, click the link in our bio and use the code to get in on the action this season. Wednesday, the Grade 8. 39 years old, on a broken damn leg, Alex Ovechkin has come back a monster. Caps versus Rangers, and Ovi scores again to initiate the final countdown. 10 goals away from beating Wayne's goal record. He's got 17 goals in 28 games since breaking his leg. The Russian machine is on a mission. Meanwhile, Tom Wilson and Matt Rempe are having a nice chat. That inspires some of the other fellas to drop the mitts. Tom Wilson, though, is going to leave him on, and he taps it in like Happy Gilmore to win it in OT. The Caps tie Winnipeg for first in the league in the standings, while the Rangers sit just outside of the wild card spot by 1 point. That's, of course, because the Sens got to play the Blackhawks. They take care of business, picking up 2 points to leapfrog New York, and there's legitimately 8 teams in the wild card race in the East. The trade deadline is Friday, and no one's got a clue whether they're selling or buying. Neither do Pittsburgh or Nashville, apparently, who trade Luke Schenn and Tommy Novak to the Pens for Michael Bunting. Trade of the year that makes no sense goes to that one. I don't know how it's possible that both teams lost this trade, considering neither of them are competing for a playoff spot. The West doesn't have as many teams in the drama, but it's still a dogfight, and St. Louis is right in the middle of it. Jordan Whittington does what he does best, and that's win games. 20 of 21 saves against the Kings. He's 4-1 since his Four Nations win, and LA has now lost 5 in a row. Moving on to the parade, going to Vegas. Last time these two teams met, Zach Whitecloud sent Matty Knies to the Shadow Realm and gave him a concussion. So they settle business right off the opening faceoff. Turns out Matty Knies is a lefty, and he gives him so many lefts, he's begging for a right. Personally, we should solve all of our problems like that, beat the shit out of each other, take 5 minutes to cool off, and then move on. Vegas, though, lays the smackdown on Toronto on the scoreboard. Game wasn't even close. 5-2, house always wins, and cancels the parade. Finally, it's the Canucks and Ducks, and John Gibson turns into Mr. Fantastic. Look at this reach around save behind the back. My goodness. Despite that, the Canucks desperately need one here, and they hang on to get it. At the end of the game, chaos ensues. Garland versus Zegras. They drop the gloves. Little cruiserweight matchup there. Everyone else on the ice grabs a guy. Something was in the water tonight, and it was pure entertainment to end Wednesday. Thursday. Trade deadline eve. On the eve of trade deadline, guys are sitting out, fans are stressing out, and we got games to play. Let's start with Boston. Yeah, there's a world where Brad Marchand could potentially get moved on Friday. Likely not, but Boston is on the outside looking in, and this year has been disastrous for him. If you want it summed up all in one play, how about this? Under 20 seconds left. Zadorov goes to pass it. His $500 stick implodes, goes right to Seth Jarvis, and that's the game winner. Bruins fans are sick to their stomach, and what an advertisement to never get a $500 stick. On the other hand, the Panthers got no Kachuk, and they're having no problems. They shut out Columbus 3-0, and you can expect them to use that juicy LTIR money and put it towards something nice at the deadline. They already picked up Seth Jones, and they might not be done. And to boot, they're on top of the Atlantic again. Their rival in Tampa has already made a big splash. GM Julian Breezeball has said, "F them picks." He's all in, as they should be. They trade multiple firsts for Yanni Gourde and Oliver Bjorkstrand. 2 solid middle six dogs that will have an impact right away, and Bjorkstrand gets his first as a Bolt, and that's the game winner. Gensel gets a hattie, but Kucherov is pissed that he didn't get any power play time. Look at this. Gloves are off. Arms are crossed. He's sitting in his rocking chair still, but this time it's riding the pine. Tampa beats Buffalo 6-5, and the Atlantic is a gauntlet. The Red Wings need to wake up if they want to sneak in, but they are running into Utah, who's playing some damn good hockey lately. Goaltender Karel Vejmelka signs the big ticket, fresh new contract, and then puts on a show. 38 save performance. Show that man the damn money. He stonewalls the Red Wings as they lose their 4th in a row. Utah is lurking in the weeds for that playoff spot, and the Flames are holding on for dear life. The stats say Calgary can't score. Joel Farabee gives the double bird, and look at this little inside move. Get the boys some hand sanitizer. That is filth. Unfortunately, the Stars are just in wagon territory right now. Down 2-0, no problem. They claw back, and Jason Robertson calls game for his 2nd of the night in OT. Stars are on a 4-game heater and could potentially be the only team to catch the Jets in the West, who snapped their own 3-game losing streak against the Flyers. Not a great year in Philly, but Michkov does look solid. First rookie to 20 goals until Macklin Celebrini tied him a few hours later. However, to say that the Avs enjoyed stat night is a complete understatement. McKinnon, 5-point game. Cale Makar, 6 points. 11 points between the two of them. Total domination from the Avs as they win their 4th in a row on Cookie Night. The Habs are also on a heater of their own with a 5-game winning streak, but they got the Oilers. Edmonton is struggling as of late, but while games are going on, they pick up defenseman Jake Wallman. My opinion, fantastic pickup for them. He's solid at retrievals. He'll help the Oilers get the puck to their forwards and transition up ice. And while that's going on, McDrysaddle do their thing. Both on the score sheet, some lovely sauce from McDavid to Bouchard on the game winner, and the Oilers get 2 points on the eve of trade deadline. Friday, trade deadline. The deadline was absolutely nuts, and the biggest domino to fall was Mikko Rantanen. He was a Hurricane for about 10 seconds, and when Carolina realized they couldn't sign him to an extension, they ship him off to Dallas. He gets a nice 8-year, $96 million deal. That's $12 million per year in a tax-free state. How you doing? Dallas sends back Logan Stankoven along with 2 firsts and 2 thirds. We will have an in-depth breakdown on Rantanen's game and what went wrong this week on the channel, but man, are the Hurricanes left feeling empty. The last few deadlines, they've went out, gotten all these big names, and they failed to hold on to all of them. On the other hand, the Avs themselves had a monster day. They do some dental work down the middle with both Charlie Coyle and Dwayne the Brock Nelson joining the Avs. That means it's a real possibility we get a Stars and Avs first round. Rantanen going to face his old team. Sign me the hell up for that. The Central is stacked. The Jets also added some pieces in Shen and Tanev. You know they're going for it, but it also became a full-on arms race in the Atlantic. Tampa already added Bjorkstrand and Gord, but the Sens are trying to finally make the playoffs, so they trade Josh Norris to Buffalo for Dylan Cousins. Brady Tkachuk was pretty emotional about losing Norris, but this is a business, son. The Leafs see all that and say, no. This is our year. They go and grab Scott Laughton from the Flyers, as well as Brandon Carlo from the Bruins. A couple of firsts and Minton going the other way, but who cares? Plan the parade. They get a third-line C and a solid top four right-handed D. They look good, but in the dying seconds of the deadline, Florida drops a bomb. Brad Marchand, the heart and soul of the Boston Bruins and captain, becomes a Florida Panther. Are you kidding me? The ultimate rat and all-time gamer joins the defending Stanley Cup champs. The Panthers can throw out an all-time FU line of Tkachuk, Bennett, and Marchand. The big boys are loading up. The Atlantic is an arm race, and the end of the season is going to be chaos. But we still got games to play on a Friday. So let's kick it into rapid fire. The Caps beat the Wings with no goals from Ovi. Surprising. That's Detroit's fifth loss in a row. What a mess. The Devils, on the other hand, may fully wither without Jack Hughes as the Jets spank them 6-1. You might have noticed I didn't mention Vegas in some of these big moves. They were relatively quiet and never fully turned into the injured reserves and made a splash. Sometimes no move could be the right move, and instead they shut out the Penguins while the captain goes down with his ship. Meanwhile, the Blues captain, Braden Shen, was hypothetically traded 60 times today, but he stays and pots 2 goals against the Ducks. Jordan Whittington, of course, wins again. Blues are knocking on the doorstep for that final playoff spot, so the Canucks need one. Elias Pettersson, he is having a brutal year, but yes, he gets on the board in this one. Kevin Lankinen stops 37 of 38. Canucks with a ballsy win without their captain, Quinn Hughes. The Utah no-name brands are chasing them. They're playing some damn good hockey of late. This is an OT between the Blackhawks, and Connor Bedard gets the winner. The kid can finally smile again. He was riding a 7-game pointless streak. He gets 1 goal, 1 assist in this one, as the Blackhawks take a crucial point from Utah to end Friday night. Saturday, hockey night. All right, everyone's settled in. Trades are finished, and now it's the sprint to the finish. It all starts with Boston and Tampa. The Bruins basically waved the white flag on the season yesterday, selling everyone at the deadline. Of course, after I say how much I think teams should fear Tampa and Vasilevsky, they let in a goal from center ice and get shut out 4-0 by Boston. Don Sweeney sold the farm, but Boston is still 2 points out of a playoff spot for now. Meanwhile, the Rangers and Sens are right there in a big matchup, and new Senator Dylan Cousins has himself a game. First assist and 9 hits in his debut. What a start. Sens are down 3-1, but they come all the way back, and Brady Tkachuk gets the OT winner. This nail gun may very well drag and will the Sens to the playoffs, and it's going to be awesome to watch. Hey, maybe he'll finally play his brother in the first round. Matthews still hurt, and so is Marchand, so there's no debut for the Panthers, but they just steamroll Buffalo. They've won 6 in a row without Tkachuk, and the Cup champs are getting scary at the right time. They build their lead on the top of the Atlantic, so the Leafs need one desperately against the Avs to keep up. Before the game, Elliot Friedman reported that there was a deal in place between Carolina and the Leafs, which would have been a Marner for Rantanen deal. That very thing was stopped because Marner wouldn't waive his no-move clause to go to Carolina. The alternate timeline for Leaf fans would have been nuts, but Marner is still a Leaf, and he scores twice in a wild back-and-forth game, but the Avs' big dogs come through again. Nichushkin, Hattie, McKinnon, 2 points, first to 100 points on the season. Avs win 5 in a row, and all their new additions look solid, while the Leafs lose their 3rd in a row, and I'm sorry, but I can't help but cancel the parade. There was also a big-time matchup between the Habs and Flames for wildcard implications. This game, 2 words to describe it: the Wolf Pack. Dustin Wolf becomes a human wall in there. 26 saves, 1-0 shutout. He may be a rookie, but he's been the Flames' most important piece this season. Massive 2 points for them, but guys ain't just competing for a playoff spot either. We had a couple toilet bowl heavyweight matchups. First, we had Flyers-Kraken. That was a battle of who can finish with a worse draft position. Seattle wants it, so they take it 4-1 over Philly. Then we had the Sharks and Islanders. They got to Rochambeau, but as long as Lou's around, the boys just ain't fully tanking. Even if Sharks fans are trying to bribe the refs with a 20 to call it a goal on a review. A Blackhawks and Preds game, though, now that's a toilet bowl game. Stamkos, who's coming off one of the coldest stretches of his career, gets a hattie and wins it by himself. Two-time Stanley Cup winner and first-time toilet bowl champ. Congrats. Let's go back to games that mean something in the Kings versus the Blues. LA has been struggling lately, 5 losses in a row, so Quinton Byfield says enough in OT. Bar down, ping, fries are done. What a goal. That leads us to the main event between Dallas and Edmonton. Mikko Rantanen making his Stars debut. The Oilers say welcome to the rivalry, pal, and rock him twice. Keep your head up. Connor McDavid, shocking, still an alien. Shot out of a cannon, puts it in Lyubushkin's feet, but he's hitting the air. See you later. What a goal. It was 5-1 Oilers at one point, but Rantanen gets his first as a Star, going top bunk on the peeper. Dallas actually almost comes back, but the Oilers spoil Rantanen's debut and win 5-4 to end Saturday night. So, what a week of hockey. Who surprised you? Who pissed you off? Let us know in the comments down below. Once again, a massive thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to get a deal on your next hockey tickets. And if you want to see the best breakdowns and weekly recaps, make sure you subscribe to the channel.